For centuries, the Kharon had ruled the galaxy with an iron fist. An alien species with superior strength, intelligence, and technology, they had crushed countless civilizations, leaving their enemies in ruins. No race had ever dared to challenge their authority, and their reputation had spread across the stars like wildfire. The Kharon had become the symbol of fear and invincibility. They were the galaxy's apex predators, feared by every species, and they held the galaxy in a grip of terror. But everything changed the day humans arrived. The Kharon had never encountered a species quite like humans. At first, the humans had seemed insignificant, a tiny race on a small, relatively unknown planet in the Milky Way. But when the Kharon first made contact with Earth, they underestimated the humans. They were intrigued by their primitive technologies, their backward way of life, and their obvious lack of any real power. The Kharon, overconfident as always, decided to make an example of Earth. They sent a fleet of warships, massive and unstoppable, to subdue the human world. But the humans, though small in number and technologically inferior, were not as weak as the Kharon thought. They had something that no other species had: sheer willpower. When the Kharon descended upon Earth, they were ready for a quick victory, but what they didn't expect was the ferocity and determination of the humans. Despite being outmatched, Earth's forces put up a fight. Human soldiers, with their primitive weapons, fought tooth and nail against the invaders. The Kharon's forces, accustomed to overwhelming their enemies with superior technology and strength, found themselves facing something they had never experienced before: a species that would not surrender. The battle raged for weeks, the humans refusing to back down even in the face of overwhelming odds. The Kharon, who had never been challenged before, began to falter. They were perplexed. These humans, who should have been easily crushed, had something that made them different. They fought not because they had to, but because they refused to let their world fall into the hands of invaders. The Kharon commanders watched in disbelief as the humans fought with a resilience that was unlike anything they had ever seen. The Kharon warriors were powerful, but the humans had something that made them unstoppable: the strength of spirit, the courage to stand up even when all hope seemed lost. The turning point came when a human scientist, a woman named Dr. Sarah Carter, uncovered a weakness in the Kharon's technology. She had been working tirelessly in a secret laboratory, studying the invaders' ships and weapons, looking for a way to stop them, and then, one day, she found it. The Kharon's ships were powered by an advanced energy source that, while incredibly efficient, had one fatal flaw. It was vulnerable to a specific type of electromagnetic pulse. Dr. Carter's team worked day and night to develop a weapon that could exploit this weakness. They had no time to lose, and the Kharon's invasion forces were growing stronger by the day. With the weapon ready, Earth's forces launched a final desperate assault. The Kharon fleet was poised to crush the last remaining human resistance. But when the electromagnetic pulse bombs detonated, the Kharon ships went dark. Their advanced technology, once thought invulnerable, failed. Their warships lost power, and the Kharon warriors found themselves helpless. The humans, led by their determined military commanders and brilliant scientists, took advantage of the opportunity. The Kharon's once unbeatable forces were scattered, defeated by a species they had considered nothing more than prey. As the dust settled and the Kharon retreated, humankind stood victorious. The galaxy, for the first time in millennia, saw the fall of the most feared species in the universe. The Kharon had met their match, and it had come from the most unexpected place. The humans, with their unyielding resolve and incredible ingenuity, had proven that they were not to be underestimated. They had shown the galaxy that strength was not always about technology or power, but about the courage to fight for what you believe in, no matter the odds. News of the humans' victory spread across the stars like wildfire. The Kharon, once the supreme rulers of the galaxy, were no longer seen as invincible. The fear that had surrounded them for centuries began to fade, and, in its place, a new feeling spread: respect. The galaxy's other species, who had once feared the Kharon, now looked to humans with a mixture of awe and admiration. The humans had not only defeated the Kharon, but they had also done something no one else could. They had shown the galaxy that no species, no matter how powerful, could remain undefeated forever. They had broken the myth of the Carowinds' invincibility, and in doing so, they had earned their place as the galaxy's most resilient and formidable force. For the Carowin, the loss was a humiliating blow, but for the humans, it was just the beginning. They had proven that they were not a species to be feared, but one to be respected, and as they looked to the stars, they knew that their journey was far from over. The galaxy had seen what they were capable of, and there would be no more underestimating humans. The Carowin might have been the most feared species in the galaxy, but they were no longer the most powerful. That title now belonged to humanity.